Hello, amazing viewers. Welcome back to Herbidiot, your go-to channel for herbal foods that heal, energize, and transform your health naturally. If you're over 60, or care about someone who is, today's video is going to be a game changer. Because we're talking about something that affects millions of people, but rarely gets the attention it deserves. Muscle loss after 60, and how to fight it with cheap, plant-based, high-protein foods. Let's start with a simple question. Have you noticed that climbing stairs feels harder than it used to? Or that your arms feel weaker when lifting groceries? Maybe your legs feel wobbly after a short walk, or you're just not bouncing back from physical activity the way you used to. If that sounds familiar, you're not imagining it, and you're definitely not alone. This gradual decline in strength is called sarcopenia, and it's a natural part of aging. Starting around age 30, we begin to lose muscle mass, slowly at first, then more rapidly after 60. In fact, studies show that adults over 60 can lose up to 38% of muscle mass per decade, and that loss accelerates if we're not proactive. But here's the good news. Muscle loss is not inevitable, and it's absolutely reversible, even in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. So what's the secret? Protein. But not just any protein. We're talking about affordable, herbal, plant-based sources that are easy to digest, nutrient-rich, and perfect for older adults who want to stay strong, mobile, and independent. Now, before we dive into the foods, let's talk about why protein matters more than ever after 60. Protein isn't just for bodybuilders or athletes. It's the raw material your body uses to build and repair muscle tissue, maintain bone density, support immune function, and even regulate hormones. When you eat protein, your body breaks it down into amino acids, which are then used to rebuild muscle fibers, especially after physical activity. And here's the kicker. Older adults actually need more protein than younger people to trigger the same muscle-building response. Why? Because as we age, our bodies become less efficient at using protein, a phenomenon called anabolic resistance. That means if you're over 60, you need to be strategic about your protein intake, not just how much, but when, what kind, and how often. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Does this mean I need to start eating steak every day or buy expensive protein powders? Absolutely not. In fact, many animal-based proteins come with downsides: saturated fats, digestive strain, and cost. That's why here on Herbidiot, we focus on herbal, plant-based alternatives that are cheaper, gentler, and often more nutrient-dense. And let me be clear, plant-based proteins can absolutely build muscle when chosen wisely. Foods like lentils, chickpeas, quinoa, and seeds are packed with the amino acids your body needs. Plus, they come with bonus nutrients like fiber, antioxidants, and anti-inflammatory compounds that support joint health, circulation, and recovery. But here's where it gets exciting. Some of these foods cost less than $1 per serving, are easy to prepare, and can be combined into delicious snacks and meals that fit seamlessly into your daily routine. No pills, no powders, just real food that works. In this video, I'll walk you through 7 cheap, herbal high-protein foods that are perfect for building muscle after 60. Will cover what makes each food powerful, how to prepare it for maximum benefit, how to combine them for complete amino acid profiles, and how to use them strategically throughout your day. But first, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to Herbidiot, hit that like button, and share this video with someone who needs it. We're building a community of people who believe in natural healing, plant-powered strength, and food as medicine. And trust me, this video could be the turning point for someone who's been struggling with weakness, fatigue, or mobility issues. Now, let's quickly bust a myth that's been floating around for decades. You can't build muscle after 60. That's simply not true. In fact, research shows that older adults who increase their protein intake and engage in light resistance training can gain muscle, improve balance, and reduce fall risk, often within just a few weeks. And here's the best part. You don't need a gym membership or fancy equipment. Just a few smart food choices, some movement, and consistency. That's it. So if you're tired of feeling weak, if you want to reclaim your strength, or if you just want to feel more confident in your body, this video is for you. And the foods we're about to explore? They're not just high in protein. They're herbal, healing, and designed to work with your body, not against it. Coming up next, the first 3 foods on our list, including one that's been called the poor man's protein powerhouse, and another that's a complete protein with all 9 essential amino acids. You don't want to miss it. Stick around and let's rebuild your strength, one bite at a time. Now it's time to get practical. Let's dive into the first 3 cheap, herbal, high-protein foods that can help you build muscle fast, without breaking the bank or relying on animal products. And remember, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button like this video and share it with someone who needs a plant-powered boost. These foods could change someone's life. Let's kick things off with a true classic. Food number 1, lentils, the poor man's protein powerhouse. If I had to pick one food that delivers maximum protein for minimum cost, it's lentils. These humble legumes pack around 18 grams of protein per cooked cup, plus a hefty dose of iron, fiber, and B vitamins, all essential for muscle repair and energy metabolism. Why are lentils so powerful for people over 60? Because they're easy to digest, gentle on the gut, and rich in lysine, an amino acid that supports collagen synthesis and muscle recovery. Lentils also contain folate, which helps with red blood cell production, crucial for oxygen delivery to muscles during movement. And here's the best part. Lentils cost less than 50 cents per serving, cook in under 30 minutes, and can be turned into dozens of delicious meals. Think lentil soup, lentil patties, lentil salad with herbs and lemon, all herbal, all healing. Want a quick snack idea? Try this. Mash cooked lentils with chopped parsley, garlic, and a spoonful of tahini. Shape into small patties and pan-fry until golden. Serve with a side of cucumber slices and lemon. It's protein-packed, anti-inflammatory, and perfect for post-walk recovery. Let's move to our next hero, food. Number 2, chickpeas. The collagen-friendly muscle builder. Chickpeas, also known as garbanzo beans, are another budget-friendly powerhouse. 1 cup of cooked chickpeas delivers about 15 grams of protein, plus magnesium, zinc, and folate, all key players in muscle function and nerve health. But what makes chickpeas special for older adults is their role in collagen support. They're rich in lysine and arginine, 2 amino acids that help your body build and stabilize collagen, the protein that holds your muscles, joints, and nerves together. Chickpeas also contain soluble fiber, which helps regulate blood sugar and reduce inflammation, both important for maintaining energy and preventing muscle fatigue. Snack idea? You guessed it, hummus. Blend cooked chickpeas with garlic, lemon juice, tahini, and a pinch of cumin. Serve with roasted bell pepper strips or whole grain crackers. You can even add turmeric for an extra anti-inflammatory kick. Want something crunchier? Roast chickpeas in the oven with olive oil and smoked paprika until crispy. They make a perfect midday snack that supports strength and stamina. Now let's talk about a grain that's anything but ordinary. Food. Number 3, quinoa. The complete protein that fuels recovery. Quinoa is often called a super grain, but technically it's a seed, and it's one of the few plant foods that's a complete protein, meaning it contains all 9 essential amino acids your body needs to build and repair. Muscle. 1 cup of cooked quinoa provides about 8 grams of protein, plus magnesium, iron, and phosphorus, minerals that support bone density and muscle contraction. It's also gluten-free, easy to digest, and incredibly versatile. For older adults, quinoa is especially helpful because it supports post-exercise recovery. Whether you're walking, stretching, or doing light resistance training, quinoa helps replenish your muscles and reduce soreness. Try this simple herbal bowl. Cook quinoa and toss it with chopped spinach, cherry tomatoes, avocado, and a drizzle of lemon olive oil dressing. Add a sprinkle of pumpkin seeds for extra protein and zinc. It's refreshing, energizing, and perfect for lunch or go sweet. Mix cooked quinoa with almond milk, cinnamon, and chopped dates for a warm breakfast porridge that fuels your morning and supports collagen production. Now, before we move on to the next 4 foods in Part 3, let's pause and reflect. These first 3 foods, lentils, chickpeas, and quinoa are more than just protein sources. They're affordable, accessible, and herbal-friendly. They support not just muscle growth, but also nerve health, joint stability, and energy metabolism. And they fit perfectly into a plant-based lifestyle that prioritizes healing from within. So here's your challenge. Try incorporating at least one of these foods into your meals this week. Make a lentil patty for lunch. Whip up a batch of hummus. Cook a quinoa bowl for dinner. Track how you feel, your energy, your strength, your recovery. You might be surprised by how quickly your body responds. And don't forget, this is just the beginning. In Part 3, we'll explore 4 more herbal high-protein foods, including one that's loaded with omega-3s and another that's technically an algae but packs more protein than beef by weight. Intrigued? You should be. So stay tuned, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, like this video to support the channel, and share it with someone who's ready to rebuild their strength naturally. Coming up next, hemp seeds, tofu, pumpkin seeds, and spirulina, the herbal muscle builders you didn't know you needed. Let's keep going. Your strongest years are still ahead. These next 4 are a little more surprising, but they're just as effective, and in some cases even more concentrated in protein than the ones we've already covered. And the best part? They're still plant-based, easy to find, and budget-friendly. Let's start with one of the most underrated seeds in the plant kingdom. Food number 4, hemp seeds. The tiny titans of protein and omega-3s hemp seeds might be small, but they pack a serious punch. Just 3 tablespoons of hemp seeds give you around 10 grams of complete protein, meaning they contain all 9 essential amino acids your body needs to build and repair muscle. That's rare in the plant world, and incredibly valuable for older adults. But hemp seeds don't stop at protein. They're also rich in omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, which help reduce inflammation, support joint health, and improve circulation, all critical for muscle recovery and mobility. And because they're soft and nutty in flavor, you can sprinkle them on just about anything: oatmeal, salads, smoothies, soups, or even toast. Here's a quick idea. Blend a tablespoon of hemp seeds into your morning smoothie with banana, spinach, and almond milk. Or stir them into a bowl of warm quinoa with olive oil and lemon for a savory, protein-rich lunch. They're shelf-stable, easy to digest, and incredibly versatile. And yes, they're legal, safe, and non-psychoactive. Hemp seeds come from a different variety of the cannabis plant that contains no THC. So you're getting all the benefits, none of the buzz. Now let's move to a food that's been a staple in Asian diets for centuries, and for good reason. Food number 5, tofu, or tempeh. The muscle-friendly soy superstars tofu and tempeh are both made from soybeans, and they're among the most affordable, protein-dense foods you can find. A half cup of tofu contains about 10 grams of protein, while the same amount of tempeh can deliver 15-20 grams, depending on the brand. What makes them especially valuable for people over 60 is their calcium and iron content. These minerals support bone density and oxygen transport, 2 things that become more important as we age. Plus, soy contains isoflavones, plant compounds that may help balance hormones and support heart health. Tofu is soft, mild, and absorbs flavor like a sponge. Tempeh is firmer, nuttier, and fermented, which means it's great for gut health too. Both are incredibly versatile. You can cube and sauté them with garlic and turmeric, crumble them into veggie stir-fries, or marinate and bake them for a chewy, satisfying texture. Here's a quick snack idea. Pan-fry tofu cubes in olive oil with a splash of tamari, garlic, and ginger. Serve with steamed greens and a sprinkle of sesame seeds. It's simple, savory, and deeply nourishing. Next up, a crunchy snack that's perfect for on-the-go protein and recovery. Food number 6, pumpkin seeds, the zinc-rich muscle. Snack pumpkin seeds, also known as pepitas, are a powerhouse of plant-based protein, delivering about 7 grams per ounce. But what makes them especially valuable is their high content of zinc and magnesium, 2 minerals that play a huge role in muscle repair, testosterone production, and nerve function. Zinc helps your body produce and regulate hormones that support muscle growth and recovery. Magnesium helps with muscle contractions, sleep quality, and energy metabolism. Together, they create the perfect environment for your body to rebuild and strengthen itself, especially after physical activity. Pumpkin seeds are also rich in healthy fats and antioxidants, which help reduce inflammation and protect your joints. And they're incredibly easy to incorporate into your day. Sprinkle them on salads, blend them into smoothies, or just eat a handful as a snack. Try this. Mix pumpkin seeds with dried cranberries, sunflower seeds, and a pinch of sea salt for a DIY trail mix that's perfect for post-walk recovery or a midday energy boost. And now, for one of the most surprising and potent protein sources in the herbal world. Food number 7, spirulina, the algae that outperforms beef. Yes, you read that right. Spirulina is a blue-green algae that's been consumed for centuries, and it's one of the most protein-dense foods on the planet. By weight, spirulina is up to 60% protein, and just 1 tablespoon delivers around 4 grams of highly bioavailable protein, plus a long list of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. What makes spirulina so special for older adults is its anti-inflammatory and detoxifying properties. It's rich in chlorophyll, iron, B vitamins, and phycocyanin, a compound that supports immune function and cellular repair. Spirulina also helps reduce oxidative stress, which is a major contributor to muscle fatigue and aging. You can find spirulina in powder or tablet form, but the powder is more versatile. Add it to smoothies, dips, or even mix it into hummus for a vibrant green twist. Here's a simple recipe. Blend 1-2 cup plant-based yogurt with 1-2 teaspoon spirulina powder, a squeeze of lemon, and a pinch of sea salt. Use it as a dip for steamed broccoli or roasted sweet potatoes. It's creamy, tangy, and packed with protein and antioxidants. Now, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've covered. These 4 foods, hemp seeds, tofu or tempeh, pumpkin seeds, and spirulina, are not only rich in protein, but they also bring a wide range of healing compounds to the table. They support muscle growth, joint health, hormonal balance, and inflammation reduction, all while being affordable, accessible, and 100% plant-based. And when you combine them with the first 3 foods we covered, lentils, chickpeas, and quinoa, you've got a complete toolkit for rebuilding strength, improving mobility, and feeling more energized every day. So here's your next step. Pick one of these 4 foods and try it this week. Add hemp seeds to your breakfast. Cook tofu for dinner. Snack on pumpkin seeds. Blend spirulina into your smoothie. Start small, stay consistent, and watch how your body responds. And if you're enjoying this journey, don't forget to subscribe to Herbidiet, like this video, and share it with someone who's ready to feel stronger, healthier, and more alive, naturally. Next up, we'll talk about how to use these foods strategically, when to eat them, how to pair them, and how to build a daily routine that supports real muscle growth after 60. You won't want to miss it. Let's talk strategy. You've got the foods, lentils, chickpeas, quinoa, hemp seeds, tofu, pumpkin seeds, and spirulina, but now it's time to learn how to actually use them to build muscle. Because eating protein is one thing. Using it effectively, that's where the magic happens. First, let's talk about timing. When you eat, protein matters just as much as how much you eat. After age 60, your body becomes less efficient at turning protein into muscle, a phenomenon called anabolic resistance. To overcome that, you need to space your protein intake throughout the day. That means aiming for 20-30 grams of protein per meal, not just loading up at dinner. Start with breakfast. Most older adults eat a carb-heavy breakfast, toast, cereal, maybe fruit. But that's a missed opportunity. Your muscles have been fasting overnight and they're primed for repair. A protein-rich breakfast sets the tone for the day. Try a quinoa porridge with almond milk, hemp seeds, and chopped walnuts. Or a tofu scramble with turmeric, spinach, and bell peppers. Add a side of pumpkin seeds or a spirulina smoothie, and you've got a muscle-building meal before 9 a.m. Next, lunch. This is your chance to combine proteins for a complete amino acid profile. Remember, most plant proteins are incomplete, meaning they lack one or more essential amino acids. But when you pair them smartly, like lentils with quinoa or chickpeas with whole grains, you get the full spectrum your body needs to build and repair muscle. Here's a sample lunch: a lentil quinoa salad with chopped herbs, olive oil, lemon juice, and a sprinkle of hemp seeds. Add a side of roasted sweet potatoes or steamed broccoli with spirulina dip, and you've got a meal that supports strength, recovery, and inflammation control. Dinner should be light but still protein-rich. Tempeh stir-fry with garlic, ginger, and kale is a great option. Or a chickpea curry with brown rice and a side of sautéed greens. You can even finish with a small bowl of aloe vera fruit gel cups, hydrating, anti-inflammatory, and collagen-friendly. Now let's talk about pairing. Certain herbs and spices can actually enhance protein absorption and muscle recovery. For example, turmeric reduces inflammation and supports joint health. Black pepper boosts the bioavailability of turmeric and other nutrients. Ginger improves digestion and circulation. Garlic provides sulfur, which strengthens collagen crosslinks. Cilantro and parsley offer vitamin C and antioxidants that stabilize collagen molecules. So don't just eat plain tofu. Season it with turmeric and garlic. Don't just cook lentils. Add parsley and lemon. These herbal additions aren't just for flavor. They're functional. Let's also talk about digestion. As we age, our digestive enzymes decline, which can make it harder to break down and absorb nutrients. That's why fermented foods like tempeh are so valuable. They're easier to digest and support gut health. You can also sip herbal teas like ginger or fennel after meals to aid digestion and reduce bloating. Now, what about snacks? Snacks are your secret weapon. They help you hit your protein goals without overwhelming your meals. A handful of pumpkin seeds mid-morning, a spirulina smoothie in the afternoon, a slice of ginseng oat bar before bed. These small additions keep your body in a steady state of repair and recovery. Speaking of bedtime, did you know that your body does most of its muscle repair while you sleep? That's why a light protein snack before bed can be incredibly effective. Try a warm quinoa bowl with almond milk and cinnamon, or a spoonful of plant-based yogurt with hemp seeds and a drizzle of honey. It's soothing, nourishing, and supports overnight recovery. Let's put it all together with a sample daily plan. Breakfast: quinoa porridge with almond milk, hemp seeds, chopped walnuts, and cinnamon spirulina smoothie with banana, spinach, and ginger. Mid-morning snack: roasted chickpeas with turmeric and sea salt, herbal tea, ginger or fennel. Lunch: lentil quinoa salad with parsley, olive oil, lemon juice, and pumpkin seeds, steamed broccoli with spirulina. Dip. Afternoon snack: aloe vera fruit gel cup with berries and coconut water. Handful of pumpkin seeds. Dinner: tempeh stir-fry with garlic, ginger, kale, and brown rice. Side of sautéed spinach with lemon and sesame seeds. Evening snack, optional: warm quinoa bowl with almond milk, cinnamon, and chopped dates chamomile tea for relaxation. This plan gives you over 80 grams of protein, spread evenly across the day, with herbal support for digestion, inflammation, and recovery. And it's all plant-based, affordable, and easy to prepare. Now let's talk movement. Protein alone won't build muscle. You need to activate those muscles. But don't worry, you don't need to lift heavy weights or join a gym. Simple resistance exercises like bodyweight squats, wall push-ups, or resistance band stretches are enough to stimulate growth. Even walking with intention, swinging your arms, engaging your core, helps. The key is consistency. Aim for 20-30 minutes of movement daily, paired with your herbal protein intake. That's the formula. And yes, it works. Studies show that older adults who combine plant-based protein with light resistance training see improvements in muscle mass, strength, and mobility within weeks. So here's your challenge. Build your own herbal protein routine. Pick 3 meals and 2 snacks. Add movement. Track your progress. You might notice better energy, less joint pain, improved balance, and yes, stronger muscles. And if you're finding this helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Herbidiet, like this video, and share it with someone who's ready to take control of their health naturally. Coming up next, real results, real stories, and why this herbal approach works better than you think. Let's finish strong. Let's talk results. Because it's one thing to hear about foods and strategies, it's another to see what happens when you actually apply them. And if you're over 60, wondering whether herbal, plant-based protein can truly rebuild muscle, reduce weakness, and restore vitality, the answer is Yes, and not just theoretically, but in real, measurable ways. Let's start with the science. Multiple studies have shown that older adults who increase their protein intake, especially when spaced throughout the day, experience improvements in muscle mass, strength, and mobility. One study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that adults over 65 who consumed 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight daily had significantly better muscle retention than those who consumed less. And yes, plant-based sources were included. Another study in nutrients highlighted that combining plant-based protein with light resistance training led to improved muscle function and reduced fall risk in older populations. The key wasn't just the protein, it was the consistency, the timing, and the nutrient synergy. That's exactly what we've built into this herbal approach. Now let's talk real-life impact. Imagine someone who's been struggling with tingling hands, wobbly legs, and low energy. They start adding lentils to their lunch, hemp seeds to their breakfast, and spirulina to their smoothies. Within a week, they notice less fatigue. Within 2 weeks, they're climbing stairs with more confidence. By week 3, they're walking longer distances, sleeping better, and feeling stronger overall. These aren't miracle stories. They're logical outcomes of giving your body the building blocks it needs. Protein isn't just fuel. It's structure. It's repair. It's resilience. And when you combine it with anti-inflammatory herbs, circulation-boosting spices, and collagen-supporting nutrients, you create an environment where healing and strength become inevitable. Let's revisit the foods briefly. Lentils, high in lysine and iron, great for muscle repair and energy. Chickpeas, support collagen synthesis and nerve health. Quinoa, a complete protein that fuels recovery. Hemp seeds, rich in omega-3s and all essential amino acids. Tofu, tempeh, affordable, calcium-rich, and hormone-supportive. Pumpkin seeds, packed with zinc and magnesium for muscle and nerve function. Spirulina, a protein-dense algae with anti-inflammatory and antioxidant power. Together, these foods form a toolkit, not just for muscle building but for holistic strength. They support your joints, your nerves, your circulation, and your digestion. And they do it without animal products, expensive supplements, or complicated routines. Now let's talk about how this compares to conventional advice. Many mainstream channels, including some of our competitors, focus on meat-heavy diets, whey protein powders, or generic tips that don't consider digestion, inflammation, or accessibility. But here at Herbidiet, we go deeper. We focus on herbal synergy, plant-based healing, and real-world practicality. Our foods are affordable, easy to prepare, and backed by science. And yes, this matters. Because not everyone can afford $50 tubs of protein powder. Not everyone wants to eat steak 3 times a day. And not everyone's body tolerates heavy processed foods. That's why our approach works. It's inclusive, gentle, and effective. So what's next? Action. If you've watched this far, you're already ahead of the curve. Now it's time to apply what you've learned. Pick 3 of the 7 foods we covered. Add them to your meals this week. Track how you feel, your strength, your energy, your recovery. You don't need perfection. You just need consistency, and if you're ready to go deeper, check out the links in the description. Every claim we've made in this video is backed by scientific research, and we've included the sources so you can read them yourself. Because here at Herbidiet, we believe in transparency, evidence, and empowerment. Before we wrap up, let's recap your action plan. Eat protein at every meal. Aim for 20-30 grams per meal. Use herbal pairings. Turmeric, garlic, parsley, ginger, and lemon enhance absorption and reduce inflammation. Space your intake. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. Move daily. Even light resistance or walking activates muscle growth. Track your progress. Strength, energy, balance, and recovery. And most importantly, share your story. Drop a comment below. Which food are you trying first? Have you noticed changes in your strength or mobility? Your experience could inspire someone else to take that first step. If this video helped you, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. We're building a community of people who believe in healing through food, and your support helps us reach more people with this message. Coming up next, Herbal teas that boost energy, reduce inflammation, and support recovery. Perfect for pairing with your new protein routine. Don't miss it. This is Herbidiet, where food is medicine, and your strongest years are still ahead.